Hi class, today our lesson is on borrowing. It's not found in this one, it's a transition lesson so that we can learn how to subtract using the algorithm. So our learning goal for today I will learn how to borrow so I can use the algorithm in subtracting fractions. There's no new vocab. Our notes are learning how to find fractions that are equal to 1. So whenever the numerator and the denominator are the same, it equals to 1. So 2/2 equals to 1 whole. 8/8 equals to 1 whole. And I'm going to show you this so you can see it visually. So I have 2 parts, 2 are shaded in. For this one, 8 parts, and 8 are going to be shaded in. One part, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So visually, we can see that both of these 2/2 and 8/8 are all the way shaded in, which shows me that it is 1 whole. If I had 10/10, it would equal to 1. If I had 156/156, it would equal to 1. So my steps for today is I'm going to take 1 away from the whole number. I'm going to turn that 1 into a fraction that is equal to 1. And I'm always going to look at the denominator because when I want to be doing the next step, which is going to be adding, look to the denominator. So that will show, if I find the denominator, make the numerator and denominator the same. Step number 3, I'm going to rewrite adding the fractions. And now I have a few practice problems for us. My first practice problem is 2 1/5. So why I would use this is if I had a subtraction problem where it was 2 1/5 minus 2/5. I can't take away 2 from 1, so I'm going to have to borrow. We're not doing any of this subtraction today. We just get one number and we're going to practice borrowing from that number. So I'm going to follow my steps. I'm going to take 1 away from the whole number. So here's my whole. I'm going to take 1 away. I'm going to turn that 1 into a fraction. So I have 1 that I'm carrying on to right now, and I need to turn it into a fraction that's equal to 1. So I look to the denominator. My denominator is 5. So I'm going to add 1 of the whole that I took away, 5/5. So I still have 1 whole, 2 wholes. So I still have the same value, just going to change how it looks. Now I'm going to rewrite adding the fractions. So 1 plus 5 equals to 6. Denominator stays the same. And now my whole number is 1. So 2 1/5 is equal to 1 5/6. Another problem. My next problem is 15 3/8. So take 1 away from the whole number. So here's my whole number. I'm going to take 1 away. So now I have 14. I'm going to turn that 1 into a fraction that's equal to 1. So I look to my denominator, and I'm going to add 8/8 because 8/8 equals to 1. So I have 1 whole, 14 wholes, so I still have 15 wholes. And now I'm going to add the fractions. So I have 14 wholes, denominator stays the same, 3 plus 8 is 11. Okay, you are getting out your pencils again. We have a few guided practice problems. So we have 3 1/3. I like to rewrite it. I'm going to take 1 away from the whole, so the 3 turns into a 2. I'm going to turn a fraction that is equal to 1, so I look at the denominator. It is 3, so I put 3/3. And now I add across, so I have 2 4/3. And we don't simplify, we're done after that. Number 2, I have 12 3/5. Take 1 away from the whole, becomes 11. Turn that 1 into a fraction that's equal to 1, so I add 5/5. and rewrite adding the fractions. So I have 11, denominator stays the same, 3 plus 5 is 8. 2 more. So I have 1 and 6/10. Take 1 away from the whole, so this time I only have 1. I take that 1 away, so I could rewrite a 0, but I don't need to have 1 there. And now I'm going to add it to, I'm going to turn that 1 into a fraction that equals to 1, so I look to the denominator, it's 10, so I have 10 over 10. So now I have 16 over 10. I rewrote that fraction, and I don't need to put the 0 in front. So I have 5 and 2/7. Take 1 away from the whole number, 5 turns into a 4. Turn that 1 into a fraction that's equal to 1, so I look to the denominator, it's 7, so I do 7 over 7. Rewrite adding the fractions. So I have 4 wholes, the denominator stays the same, and 2 plus 7 is 9. Okay, you have 4 practice problems, and then rate your understanding.